This rich and creamy spiced broth has all the complicated flavors, and yet I'm going to show you a very simple way of making a very classic Laksa Lemak. Laksa Lemak, one of my all-time favorite versions of laksa, also known as curry laksa. It's a specialty in Malaysia, served in Singapore as well. And my goodness, look at all these ingredients we have here. Yes, there's a lot of stuff here, guys, but the actual technique is really simple, I promise. Let's do it together. All right, so let's start off first of all with the prawn stock first. And this is where I think a lot of recipes take more of a shortcut, but I'm not about that for this one. I really want to get the right flavor and the right color. So to do that, I start off with some oil, and then I've got some prawn shells here, the heads and the shells, and I'm going to use the prawn meat later, but these guys are going to flavor our stock. Now I want these guys to sizzle away for a few minutes so that all of their essential flavors and oils and aromas go into the pot. So we'll just leave those alone while we make our paste. Now I've got some dried chilies here. I've had them soaking in some hot water. I always like to put a little bowl or a plate on top, make sure that all the chilies are getting a good soaking, and then just squeeze out some of that water, trim off any really firm bits, and then just slice those. Now save the chili soaking liquid in case we need some of that to moisten up our mixture as it blends. You'll see what I mean later on. The next thing we need is some galangal and some ginger, and I thought I'd show you these guys side by side, because if you have a look, the galangal is a lot paler, it's pink in color. Now, the galangal has a lot more of a kind of citrusy pine forest kind of aroma and flavor, whereas the ginger is a little bit deeper and mellower. You want both for this one, and I just slice off some galangal, just peel off the outside layer. Now, if you don't get to your Asian grocer very often, buy a whole bunch of galangal and ginger. They freeze really well. Just cut them into kind of like 4cm portions. Generally, that's what you're using for a recipe. And then you've got them there, ready and waiting. And the ginger. I also need some garlic here and some red Asian shallots. These ones are really small, so I'm just going to leave them whole and pop them straight in the blender. And some lemongrass. Now once you've bruised that lemongrass, just slice the end off and then peel off that outer layer. It's always really tough and it doesn't really blend up very well. And just finally slice that inner part. And you want some coriander root here as well. And then these guys here are macadamia nuts. Now traditionally you would use what's called candle nuts, which look very similar, but they're a lot firmer and a lot more bitter than macadamia nuts. But even I have trouble finding candle nuts here in Thailand, so I thought you guys might as well. Macadamias will do it a pinch, kind of adds a little bit of a creaminess and thickens up the sauce a little bit. Now we get to some real pungent little flavors here. I've got some dried shrimp that I've had soaking in some water. That's to soften them a little bit. So I'll just get them out of that water, and some shrimp paste. So shrimp paste is one of those ingredients that I recommend just using. Don't smell it. It has a very funky smell, but it'll add a kind of savory umami flavor to your laksa that you won't get with just using salt. So a little dash of that. And now the spices. So I want some turmeric and some coriander seeds. Dash of salt. And now spoon in some of that liquid to help your blender blades kind of get through all those aromatics. A lot of people like to add oil here, but I find the oil emulsifies like it would with a mayonnaise, which is sort of the wrong texture and also seems to affect the flavor as well. So water is much better. And blend. Now, unless you have one of those super high powered like restaurant quality blenders, you're gonna need to give this a little bit of love. So use your spoon to push everything down in there, and it looks to me like everything's still kind of chopped rather than being blended and pureed. So I'm gonna add a little bit more water here. All right, so this is the kind of texture that we're after here. I don't mind it being a little bit bitsy, because then people kind of know that it's homemade and I didn't use the store-bought paste, which is totally fine as well, by the way, but it is wonderful to be making this from scratch when you do have the time. All right, so let's see how our prawn shells are doing, and it's exactly what I'm looking for. I kind of want to use my spoon to press down on some of these prawn heads and release all of that good red stuff inside. Now, if you're Asian or half Asian like me, then you would have had a mother telling you to eat your prawn heads because they're very good for you. So in my mum's book, this would be a very healthy dish. Now see all that lovely red oil in the bottom of the pan there? That's exactly what we want. We want a beautiful sheen of that over the top of our laksa at the end. Right, so to that I'm going to add some chicken stock. And then just to boost the flavour even more and to give us some juicy pieces of chicken to add to our soup later on, I'm going to add some bone-in chicken thighs here as well. Now let this come up to a simmer, and you want to let it go for about 20 or 30 minutes to really let all those flavours develop in there. Now as that stock's been simmering, I've just been scooping off some of this foamy part. Just get this fine a little bit here. Don't take too much of the oil, just try and leave that there and just get rid of that white foam. Now take out your pieces of chicken, save those for later, and strain your stock. And look at that glorious red sheen we've got on the top of that stock and that beautiful red colour there. Just perfect. So that's about half of our laksa soup broth done. Let's get on to the other part now. I want some more oil in a really large pot here, and then that paste we made. Now I've made enough here for a double batch, which means you can pop the rest in the freezer and use it a little later on. So just half of that in here. Wow, and doesn't that smell amazing? All of those aromatics and the spices. Now as with any curry paste, I want to give it some time to fry in that oil, soften all the aromatics, get them to release all of their flavors and essential aromas and oils. Now I'm going to add in my coconut cream and our beautiful stock. Now I'm going to do a little bit of seasoning here and a little bit at the end. First off, I want some fish sauce and a dash of sugar, a little pinch of salt. And then let this simmer for about 15 minutes more to let all those flavors make friends in there and become really nice and intense. Now this is smelling amazing, so we're nearly there, guys. I'm gonna add in some fried tofu. So have a look here, it's just these little puffy squares of tofu, and they'll kind of get really nice and soft and soak up some of that liquid. And then another traditional ingredient here is some fish balls. So you could totally leave these guys out if you can't get to an Asian grocer to find them, but you will find them in traditional laksa dishes, so I like to add them in. And I'll just wait for that tofu to soften a little bit, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to check the seasoning. Wow, that flavor is such an explosion. It's so complex, all those beautiful aromatics and that creamy coconut. I do think I need a little bit more seasoning here. So I'm going to add in some fish sauce. That really is tasting great now. Oh, yum. Now in go my prawns. And you just want to simmer that a little bit longer until those prawns are cooked through. So in the meantime, let's talk about our noodles, and I'm using some rice noodles here, but the very thin, flat kind. So you can see here, that's what they look like. If you've just got vermicelli rice noodles, that's fine. Even egg noodles is fine as well. And you just want some rapidly boiling water here, and add in your noodles. And once they're nice and tender, just drain them straight into a bowl. And then your laksa soup goes on top. Now don't forget about the chicken that we made earlier in our broth. Just shredded that, I'm gonna pop that on top. And then always a non-negotiable for me, I need an egg in there and some bean shoots. Just a little sprinkling of coriander. Now you want a lime wedge here as well to squeeze over just before you eat. And then, as if there wasn't enough flavor and spice here, always you need a little bit of sambal at the end. It's like a spicy chili paste. And there you go, guys. That is one heavenly looking bowl. Oh, I can't wait to dig in. Oh, wow. That is just, I mean, all of those huge flavors now creating something really beautiful and harmonious, a little bit spicy. It's that little tang of lime at the end is so good. I'm totally gonna get this all over myself. It's not gonna be pretty, but it sure is gonna be delicious. If you've got any comments or questions, pop them below. And if you enjoyed the video, why not hit that subscribe button plus the little bell one, and that way you'll get notified every time I release a new video. Thanks guys!